there! Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCG Fam Show to you, my YouTube buddies. Ooh, I got a little nose itch. What's going on? Let me know in the comments. And we will talk about it after the show, but right now let's just get into the show. Persephone's Palate. Terpenes. Building terpenes. It's what it's about. I don't think it gets talked about enough. We used to talk about it all the time, but it's kind of faded away. This is a clip. This is the last of the bloom. This is the last of the bloom proper before we start digging into discussing it and working back and forth together to build a better bloom program for us. Maybe make a special kit. Whatever we need to do. I'm going on and on. Persephone's Palate is an interesting nutrient. I'd like you to listen to this clip where Scott talks about it, and I'll talk to you after.
Persephone's Palate. This one's an interesting one just because it's a lignin sulfate, which is a calcium byproduct of tree sap. What we find with this one is the sulfate in lignin sulfate will offer more terpene profiles than you would have had if you didn't have a little bit of sulfur in the soil. We've seen this now in many labs from some bigger farms that have done labs with and without it, and we're seeing anywhere from like 3 to 8 different terpenes that weren't there beforehand. I can't give you the terpene names because I don't remember.
Are they in that bottle, or does that bottle make those things express?
Yeah, expresses from the plant. So this is just because the sulfates trigger something in the plant response to then make these terpenes more available or more pronounced. And you know, it's kind of like making wine. You can have just grape juice, or you can have these crazy barrel flavors, the smokes, the oaks, the blah. This is your wine barrel.
What's lignin?
Tree sap, basically. Okay. So molasses is cane sugar byproduct. So it's the long carbon chain of sugar cane. Lignin is basically hardwood sap. That's a smaller carbon chain and has the same carbon that the sugar would have, but smaller doses.
Does that make it more available?
It makes it less violent on your microbes in the soil. So when you water this in versus molasses, when you water in, you're suffocating your mycorrhiza field. Your bacteria can start getting choked.
Right. Okay.
This will be a food source. It doesn't blanket over your mycorrhiza field. It will lay within it, and the mycorrhiza can absorb it, and your bacteria have an easier time breaking it down.
So to some extent, it's just a better molasses and does what molasses would do, but it is not entirely that. It is more than that.
Yeah, I use molasses still in compost teas because it's long. It takes 24 hours to break down. The plant, the microbes will use it more efficiently. This sucks as a tea, well, it doesn't suck as a tea food, but it's not nearly as efficient as a molasses.
Because you would think molasses, I can use this instead of that, but no, not so much. That when you're breaking it down over 24 hours,
you'd have to keep feeding this. And Aphrodite's is not a compost tea food because it is already broken down. It's already available into its most available form. So you put it in there, and it's like giving them Jell-O, which is instant food and then gone. So there's no longevity to this in a compost tea, but it goes directly into the plant for consumption.
Okay, what do you think of that? Informative, entertaining, helpful, agree, disagree, comments, questions, thoughts? Throw them in the comments. Let's make a new kit. Let's figure out a bloom kit where we can put together some nutrients that work for you to build into bloom, to build flavor, to build weight, and save some money. So let's talk about that. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. The OCG Fam Show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCG Fam Show. See you tomorrow.